Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, the Minish cap. It's good to be back, and yeah, we're going to be making our way to the first dungeon of the game, I believe. I would hope so, anyway. Indeed, if you stay at the title screen for too long, it just replays that part. It's not too exciting, just, you know, it's like a 5-second sequence. I will indeed load into the save that we created in the previous video, and get moving on whatever we were doing. If you have any hopes of reforging the sacred blade, do as the Elder says. Go find the earth element. Now, we were told to go somewhere, although I don't remember where that is, but I'm sure we'll work that out, just because I believe it is somewhere here in the, I guess the Minish village? I don't really know the official name of this location. I'm sure it would be... No. Stop that. I would like to check the map. Is it, well, we're still in the Minish woods, technically. And you can actually see where we are expected to go. Well, we'll work it out. It's not going to be too complicated, whatever our objective is, but, yeah, I do welcome you all back, and I will get my chats up if any of you are in chat already. Do keep in mind that I can't see what you're saying, but I will be able to momentarily. And, yeah, again, I'm probably not going to record this too often. I just happen to be in the mood today, but I'm thinking of like maybe one recording per week, which I guess is often by my standards, but yeah, don't expect to see like 3 or 4 recordings in a week of this game or anything like that, because I'd like to take it slow. It's not something that I always want to sit down and record, that's all I can really say. That's the best way for me to describe that. Alright, cool. I'm not ignoring anyone, fortunately. Referring to my chats. I was just wondering if I might look tired. I did just drag myself out of bed. So, no, but I seem about as tired as I usually would be, I suppose you would say. I didn't get too much sleep last night. Got about 6 hours. I like to sit on about 8. But, and there's no real reason why. I think, well, there is a reason. I went to bed really late, but my body still wants to wake up at the same time it usually does, so I got up at like, whatever that would have been, 7:30 or something. Hey Del Cracker, and hello Vernon, good to see you. So, I don't remember exactly what the Elder said to us last time. He would have said, or rather he would have told us to go somewhere in particular, but I can't remember where that is now, so I'm going to pay another visit and see what he has to say. We're going to speak to him. The earth element can be found in the shrine to the north of Festari's Abbey. I see. So we go to the person that we first spoke to here in the village, who was able to actually speak in the Hylian tongue, and we will continue past the, I suppose, the entranceway that he was guarding. I suppose guarding might be a strange term. He's not exactly armed, but he is standing before the entranceway. You wish to go to the shrine? Very well, this way. Vile beasts have settled in recently. Be careful, it is quite dangerous. I believe the volume of the game's fine. I didn't really properly check it, but I think it is fine. So as you can imagine, we cannot pick up this piece of heart at this size. The piece of heart is like, I don't know, we're like a quarter of the size of the heart itself, so yeah, we're not going to get much use out of that. But as you can imagine, this dungeon itself actually takes place when we are Minish-sized. In other words, well, you'll see with the boss that they actually try to keep with that theme, but you might not notice, given that this is such a small location and we are being shown everything in relation to our size. Like, we're not going through this dungeon as like that tiny little dot moving around. We're moving as just from what we could tell, normal Link size, so it is actually kind of understandable if you forget that you're actually really, really small, but that's the nature of the Deepwood Shrine. It is actually Minish-sized, so... But even if you do happen to forget, you are reminded of your size when you fight the boss. So this would be the Deepwood Shrine the Minish Elder spoke of. He said something about there being monsters inside, didn't he? Hey now, no reason to be afraid or anything. I'll be right here, or rather I'll be waiting right here. No, wait, what am I saying? I'm not letting you leave me alone out here. Rather cowardly if I do say so myself. We can't use, for some reason, the sword to actually break these pots. I think we do get a sword upgrade in the future, probably the Picori blade itself, that will allow us to destroy these pots with a sword swing, but our current sword is unable to do that. Now, these spiderwebs here, as you can imagine, require the dungeon item to, I suppose, break them. I won't... Well, I don't know if I should avoid giving spoilers. It's a bit silly, but the point is, it's not what you would expect. When you first see this, you would expect something flame-based, like, I don't know, a fire rod or something like that, but it's not. It's a rather interesting item, and that's one of the things that I love about the Minish cap, is the fact that the items that you receive in the game are actually very interesting and creative. A little different to what we've seen in the game up until this point. So I believe we can just step on all these switches and that will give us a key. Yeah, that's a key in the chest, I believe. I'm quite sure. There we go, you got a small key. Use it to open locked doors and blocks. You can use it only in this dungeon. Well, that's important information. There's a locked door here. See if you can find a key to open it. Well, I've already taken care of that. Of course, this is the first dungeon. They're keeping it very, very simple. This is like almost a tutorial dungeon, you see. Spoil me, oh Doom God. Well, the destruction of the... Ow, I just had that stupid thing land on me. The destruction of the spiderwebs is not done by way of burning, it is instead by way of sucking. It's a sucking sort of thing. Do you see that lever? I think you should be able to pull it. Just stand in front of it and press R to grab it, and then press down on the D-pad to pull. Will do. You can actually see how far you can pull it, based on the mark on the ground there. We can do the same thing with this mushroom. How these mushrooms work, as you would imagine, is, well, maybe you wouldn't imagine, but there's really nothing else that they could possibly do than what I'm about to say. But when you grab onto them, and then let go, much like a spring, you end up flying across like that. Or flying forwards, and then as a result we fly across the water, and we are unable to swim at this stage, so we wouldn't be able to traverse this, as you can tell. I don't know if I actually lost health there, hopefully not. I think I did though. I think I lost about a quarter of a heart. Alright, these things I don't think can be harmed, so we're just going to have to leave them be. Now, this rotating barrel here is important. It's, I suppose, in a lot of dungeons that you enter, you will have a room that you often find yourself returning to access different parts of the dungeon. That would be the room... Well, that would be that kind of room in this game. Or in this dungeon, I should say. And, it's kind of an interesting system. Wow, look at the size of that barrel. Oh, right. How silly of me. It's not big, we're just small. There we go. So when we light this, that actually allows the barrel to turn when you're inside it. If you were to enter the barrel without burning that, that barrel would not turn. But basically, now that the vines that were holding it in place have been burnt, you can actually rotate the barrel and, as a result, gain access to different parts of the dungeon through the entrances as they rotate. So, as you can see... Oh no, we must need to burn the other side. I see. That's alright. Makes sense, actually. Already you can see how we are expected to handle this. We go up here, push this in place, and like that, we can burn the other side. Now, it is properly spinning when we go in there. Do I have a Discord? Yes, I do, Del Cracker. I may as well put my link in there momentarily. The way that looked pulling on the mushroom, yes indeed. Well, the further you pull it, the more strained Link becomes, and then his face turns bright red. Okay, so let me send a link over. Hold on. Just putting it in the YouTube chat. And there's a link to the Doom Link server. Okay. I won't be able to give you your appropriate roles, Del Krakow, until I'm finished with this recording, but just sit tight in the welcome chat for now, that's all I can say. So now that we are able to move the barrel, we can move this entranceway over here, and this will give us access to a place that we were unable to access before. But unfortunately we don't actually have a key. We can't get through this door. Now, what could we access here that might give us a key? Oh, I see. Yeah, so if we go over to the other side... Okay, I'm starting to see this. So we'll go in here. Let's try to... Oh, can we not go over to there? Okay, so let's instead maybe go over to this side if we can. Here we go. So now that we're on this side, this gives us access to a part of the dungeon that we can actually go to. Don't think we can... No, can't do that. These things are very annoying. Ideally you will... Oh, I can't do spin attacks yet. Isn't that funny? I have to go to the training school to learn my spin attack. But one thing to keep in mind is that when you hit these enemies, they start going crazy. They start moving all over the room. Fortunately, he's going into the walls, so that worked out very, very well for me, but, yeah. Here we go, here's the mushroom again. You can go all this way, and then launch all the way to the other side, and I believe that one of these pots contains a key? Maybe I'm wrong. No, the key must be... No, this is not the key. What is this? Oh, right, so ordinary chests that contain items, as opposed to, like, rupees and things of that nature, will actually be really large and blue. In fact, that would be an appropriate chest for a dungeon item. I feel like the dungeon item will appear in a similarly designed chest. That would be my guess. So what we're going to do here, and you can see that you've got different paths here. This is for getting to the center, and going to this distance is for getting all the way to the other side. So if we go here, oh, whoops, I messed that up. Basically, you don't want to... You actually need to hold R to continue flying across, or rather, you need to remain held on to the mushroom itself when you're flying, and that requires you to actually hold down R. So what happened there was that I had let go of R and down on the D-pad, expecting to be launched, but in actual fact that did not happen at all, so... Yeah, pull that mushroom head, indeed. Nothing wrong with a bit of mushroom head pulling. I don't think it's intended to be that kind of joke. I think that would be rather inappropriate for a Nintendo game. I'm fairly sleep deprived right now, yeah, I can tell. What we need now is something to hold down this switch. Well, I suppose we want to use the pot. Well, but we can't place it. Well, I'm sure we'll work this out, but what would we be able to use to hold down the switch? This is interesting. Oh, I think we can push the pot. I think that's what we can do. Rather than pick it up, I think we can push it. So let's do that. If we go to the other side of the pot, yeah, see how they've got this mark here? That's supposed to, I guess, conjure a thought in your mind of something being dragged or pulled on the ground, so that's actually going to make you think to do this, I guess. Now that didn't actually help me, but I understand what they were going for. Alright, so here, fairly simple again, you just push all those into place. Once you take hold of something with R, use the analog stick to push or pull it. This is extremely important, so I hope you take pains to remember it. I don't think I'm going to be needing to take pains to remember it. I think it'll just be something that I remember, honestly. Now, as far as getting in there... I would have to do it. Let me just... trying to get in there. Ah, yes, that's how you do it. What you want to do is you want to push it from inside so that you can access the chest. You've got a small key. Yes, indeed. I think I can... well, no, let's just do it this way. Okay, so now that we have that key, we want to backtrack to that room from before. Fortunately, this remains in place. Now, as far as getting that piece of heart... Yeah, we can't access it from here, actually. There's no way to get to that from this spot, because there's actually an entranceway just further north there. And we'll be continuing northeast of this position, eventually getting to that piece of heart. So it's, in other words, not linked to where we were just there. And it would be a mistake to try and get there from here, because you'd be wasting your time. Alright, so now that we're on this side, we can actually use the key to open this door, although I don't know what's happening with this door. Oh, now I remember. This is a door that you can open from the other side, but once you come over to this side after having opened the door, it closes and you can't get back the other way. So, that's how it works. I do remember this. Wasn't that long ago when I last did this dungeon. It's probably maybe about a year ago. I think I did this dungeon. But, yeah, not everything is clear to me. In other words, my memories aren't clear. I mean, I'm fairly comfortable as far as what's required of me at any time. It's not really complicated. It is the first dungeon, but I will tell you that this game will trip you up in its dungeons more than some other Zelda games that I could name. How do we deal with... Oh, as long as we press it, it's fine. So that's actually going to create this path for us to pull the mushroom. If Link's face is red, then it means you've gone far enough. This makes me want to play Zelda. Well, it's a very fun sort of game, and this is exactly why I was not impressed with Breath of the Wild. It's because this is the formula that I love. I love just making my way through dungeons. It's a specific itch that can only be scratched by a Zelda game, I've found. And so when they came out with a game that didn't scratch that itch, as far as I was concerned, it was better off not existing. So, yeah, but I seem to be alone in that opinion. How's this going to work? Right, we need to... What I'm going to do is I'm going to push you against that one. I guess, what should I call that? It almost looks like a tiki statue or something like that. So, oh dear, no, that's not going to work. Huh. How is this going to work? Yes, I think I see. Yeah. There might be another way to do this, but... No, I can't pull you into the corner there. Oh god, that's annoying. Right, I think no, have I worked it out? Huh. There's like a logic error in my mind right now that is preventing me from working this out. That's very strange. I never played Breath of the Wild because it was open world, not interested in that. Fair enough. I mean, some open world games are fine, but not a fan of that one. What am I doing here? Oh, I see. I do see. My confusion, and it's quite an embarrassing confusion, is that I thought there were two switches, and I was basically hallucinating the second switch. I mean, I was watching a single switch being placed down, and the door opening, and in my mind I was still thinking that there were two switches. That's quite unbelievable, isn't it? Okay. Here are these things again, and well, I was trying to give you a demonstration of how quickly they move around. No, I guess I'm remembering a different enemy or something. I mean, they do move around, but not as fast as I was remembering in my mind. That's for sure. I feel bad talking them up, to be completely honest. Okay. I got a small key indeed. It's basically just getting keys and more keys. That's how we make our way through this dungeon. So, this direction over here, we were able to access from the beginning, but now that we have a key, we don't have to worry about needing to backtrack to that spot over there. So we're already done with that. Well, that spot back there, if I say over there, it's like, well, at that point I'm expecting you to know what I'm referring to when I do this. It's like, okay, well, that's not helpful at all, Doomley. You're pointing your thumb behind you, makes a lot of sense. In a 2D top-down fucking game. Anyway. So I believe the heart piece is actually here. Well, that is a heart piece there, as you can see, but go away, please. I got a little bit ahead of myself there. We're going to come back here and actually properly work out what's happening in this room. I just thought that I was really close to that heart piece, but I was misplaced. We will be able to actually suck up this stuff using the same thing that will suck up the spiderweb that I was talking about. I'm guessing I can access this? Yes, I can. So let's open the chest, and there's the compass. Alright. This creepy thing, go away. Why did the game freeze momentarily then? Push you in the middle. Here we go. Now there's a puzzler. I suspect there's not much more we can do here right now. Let's press on. Perhaps we can work this from another angle later on. So he's basically saying that we can't do this with the, or rather without the dungeon items, so at least I would assume that's what he means. So we will actually follow his advice and go there again later on, which is interesting. It's not often that you'll be going through a dungeon and your companion's just like, okay, you can't do anything here, so let's get out of here. He's basically trying to prevent you from wasting time. I think this is the heart piece, yeah. No, it's not. I was able to avoid that. If I were to go all the way through that doorway... See, the door can't shut if I'm standing here. But if I were to go further down, it would shut behind me and I'd have to go all the way around again, and that would be really annoying. I wonder if this can kill you. It can. Okay. And we do have a key so we can get through that door. You got 5 rupees, that's kind of nice. Have I never picked up 5 rupees before? Aha, can't get through there yet. There's one of those cute caterpillar creatures. I find them to be cute anyway. We've got these big red noses. Alright, let's get through the door. A Link to the Past was your first Zelda game? It's a very good one to start on. So I believe that what we do here is we hit the face and then we go and hit the tail. A heart actually appears, which is a bit gross because it makes me think that its heart is on its tail and I'm attacking its heart. But it's more of a visual representation than a literal thing that exists. When he turns red like this, we just have to keep away from him. Yeah, you can see he's got that red nose because we're supposed to be aiming for that. They colour it red just to make it clear that that's probably a good thing to aim for. Alright. And look at that. That, ladies and gentlemen, was our mini-boss, which is kind of a funny thought. We got the, what is it called? The Gust Jar, I think it's called? Yeah, Gust Jar. A little different to anything we've seen in the game prior to this point. But we've got a few directions to go in here. We can, well, 2. I suppose a couple of directions would be the turn. Okay, so if we go here, that's just going to take us back into this room. But I don't know if we want to go there yet. We could. But maybe we'll try going down first. Aha! That is where the piece of heart was. And using the Gust Jar, we can actually suck up the dirt here on the ground. And beneath the dirt, things can actually be revealed, although I can't remember if there's anything of specific importance, like a key or something that's hidden in there, but I can tell you that you can find things like rupees, I believe. I think. Oh, there you go. That's important. Step on that, and then what does that do? It's probably not a required thing. No, 10 mysterious shells. Now, these shells are actually... they're not really that important. They might be needed for something that's actually required in the game, but to my understanding, it's just extra stuff. So the mysterious shells can be traded for figurines, but it's sort of a lottery system. And the more figurines that you acquire, the harder it is to get new ones. But each time you enter that lottery system, you actually use a number of mysterious shells. And much like the... okay, so that should allow you to be killed. But yeah, okay, I need to suck you a bit more. But yeah, so much like the figurines become harder to get the more you acquire. The more you enter the lottery, or the draw, I suppose we could say, the more expensive it becomes to actually enter it. It requires more and more shells as you go, basically. So if you are familiar with the figurine system of Wind Waker, it's basically that, but instead of taking photos of characters, you just do that. You pick up mysterious shells and enter the lottery system. And then you get the new figurines that way. It's just a way to keep you occupied if you want a nice, lengthy end game, I suppose. Now, I don't know if there's a reason to go back through here. I believe that where we want to go... well, actually, yeah, we can't even go back that way, now that I look. So, where we might want to actually go is back here, because now that we have the dungeon item, we probably can traverse this, although I wasn't able to see exactly what I would be able to do with the dungeon item in this room. Even now, I can't really see. Could I try sucking these? That doesn't really do anything. Why would I do that? Well, this is very odd. I don't really understand what I'm supposed to do here in this room. Oh, I think I can... huh. Can I suck the pot and then do that? No, that doesn't work. Strange thought. I mean, this would be really weird. I mean, it's a bit far out there, but I'll give it a try. Maybe I can... no. What I wanted to do was suck it if I could. I would like to suck it if I could. Damn it. What I was trying to do was stand here and pull the pot over onto the switch using the gust jar. But you know what? It's probably more simple than that. Not a bad idea, you know, Vernon? Again, I seem to be a bit slow today. Because, you know, I was hallucinating a switch before. Whatever it is, it definitely requires the gust jar. That was your idea? Right. Well, I could try that again, because it would make sense, wouldn't it? But I actually do think there's something more simple that we're missing. I will try it again. So if I pull it too much, it'll end up going past the switch. See how it goes past the switch like that? That's interesting. This is one of those games where even in the first dungeon you can get a little stuck. The Minish cap is not as casual friendly as A Link to the Past was. It's not quite at the level of the old Link's Awakening, but I hate the fact that I have to say the old Link's Awakening. Like, if I could just say Link's Awakening and have people understand, that would be great, but no, people would be like, Link's Awakening wasn't hard, and then they are thinking to the remake. Or thinking of the remake. What the fuck am I supposed to do here? I mean, what even would be in the chest? That's what I want to know. You know what, we probably don't want to come back here yet. That must be my point of confusion, is the fact that we actually don't want to go there yet, and it doesn't require the gust jar. The reason why I can be more or less sure of that is because there are actually ways for us to go with the gust jar that we haven't yet been, so let's do that. Instead of going through there, I'm actually going to head this way. No, I don't really want to do that, I want to do this. I'd like to go all the way back to the beginning where there was a door with or two doors, I think, with spiderwebs on them. Although it's a long way to go back, isn't it? Right, so what we do here actually with this mushroom is we can suck it like that. I mean, how about that, Vernon? Now we're sucking the mushroom. First we grab it and pull it, and then we suck on it. Isn't that nice? Just for your entertainment, of course. Is it all the way back here? It is. Okay. Aha, now that probably... Well, that doesn't take us in front of that piece of heart, does it? I'm not sure. Anyway, I will go in there soon, but just not right now. I see, there is the boss door over there, but for now... we'll get 20 rupees, I guess. I don't know if there's a reason for us to continue here. Looks like we can't anyway. So let's go back to the other side. Or go back to the main room and go to the other side. The right side. There we go. Now hopefully this will give us access to something important. Oh, it's the same room of course, but I regret to say that there's nothing we can really do there. We got 20 rupees out of going all the way back to the first room, and there's another piece of heart. Very good. Because now I can probably more easily access that big barrel. I think this is closer. Yeah, that's almost right to the big barrel. Except I cannot go there. I can go from here though. Alright, so let's go and suck that spiderweb off this thing. Come on. Alright. That should give us access to this place here. Now here we want to actually suck the big lily pad. Well actually it's a fairly normal sized lily pad, but it looks rather large to us. Unless we find a way to travel by water, we won't be going much farther. So this is what I believe is the case. I think we take this lily pad and eventually get to that room where it seemed as if we couldn't progress. That's what I think. Although, I'm still not sure how we're supposed to access that chest. That's still... I know how to get that chest now. I looked it up. Well, there you go. You've got a few options for moving this. Either you can do this. It actually goes all the way to the red, and then you can do it like that. What I like to do is create small air puffs to get around, like this. And it's pretty cool that you've got, you've actually got options, which is very nice. I think we want to go this way first. That's my memory of it. Right, with the lily pad, I was pretty sure that's how that was going to work. So as I thought, we still were not able to do anything in that spot. So I certainly made the right decision by... Oh, this is interesting. So what we want to do here is actually get in position to push the pot. Like that. Because we cannot pull the pot, you see. I hope I'm going the right way here. I don't want to have to backtrack. By going the right way, what I mean is that I would hate to have to go all the way back to that other possible direction that I was able to go in with the lily pad just to see what I missed. So in other words, this might be the correct direction as far as... Oh, I see. There's that room. Didn't even know where I was at first. But there we go. Let's see what's in this damn chest. It better be useful. It is a small key. It is not just useful. It is required. Please turn. I didn't intend to shoot it in that direction so many times. No, turn up. I'm getting stuck in my animations, so as a result, I'm not actually able to reposition as I would like to. What a fun dungeon item though. First dungeon item. It's usually the first few dungeon items that aren't very interesting, and then you eventually get the new creative dungeon items. But here in this game, you're getting fun dungeon items from the very beginning. There we go. So we did end up going the right way, and we didn't have to do any weird backtracking or anything like that. So here it seems that I would guess inside that chest is going to be the boss key. I'm pretty sure of that. Let's pick up these. Not really interested in the money. I didn't really mean to do that. I'm not interested in the money, but Oh, that's called going too far. Let's be a little smarter than that. There we go. Just need to keep going from mushroom to mushroom. And we will eventually get to that chest. It's a bit of a long, drawn-out process, isn't it? Alright, we can probably do it. Aha, had a feeling. We have to stand about here. Oh yeah, I'm doing it, Vernon. You can see that I'm doing it. There we go, there's the big key. Use it to open big doors. Yeah, rightio. And that creates a portal. I don't think there's anything that I've missed. I think I've basically done everything in this dungeon fairly quick to get through. It confused me a little bit there because I did think that we needed to use the dungeon items somehow from that spot in the room, but actually we wanted to go all the way around, take the lily pad and bring it there, and that way we were able to access what we needed there. So, there we go. Whoops, we don't want to go from this side. We want to go from the right side and then make our way to the left side from the right side using the gust jar on the mushroom, and then underneath we will be able to launch ourselves over to the big door. So let's go and do that. I think we want to just get a little bit more distance there for good measure. And we'll definitely want some distance here. Here we go. Let's see what's in the pots. I think it's all hearts, would be my guess. It's not going to be a very difficult boss, but as I said, this boss is going to remind us of our small size. Let's go inside. We're making good time anyway. See? We can actually get a view of this location from the perspective of a normal-sized human being. And then we see a green choo-choo drop into the boss room. And then we can actually see how big he is compared to us. Yeah, would definitely recommend doing that, Vernon. Certainly worth playing. You get a lot of fun out of it. So what we do here is, oh that's right, we have to use the gust jar here. We use the gust jar to suck his, I guess, his base, we could call it. And then he begins to swing from side to side. It's actually kind of easy to get hit by him when he falls like that. One thing to take note of is that in this game, you can actually attack as fast as you can press the button, which is an interesting thought. I will try to demonstrate that actually. Not during the fight because I don't want to get distracted, but yeah, you can actually attack really, really fast, just blazingly fast, if you are able to hit the button that fast, or press the button that fast anyway. See? See what I'm saying? I'm pretty good at fast button pressing, so... Oh god, he's speeding up. So using the roll definitely helps here. There we go. I don't know if he falls faster at this point in the fight, but... It's surprisingly easy to have him fall on you, and somehow I managed to roll through that. Alright, is he dead? Yes, he is. He starts exploding. I've certainly never killed a green choo-choo and had it explode like that. Turbo pad. I don't have a turbo pad. My god. I mean, I'm sure you can get Game Boy Advance controllers, or rather Game Boy Advances. I mean, this is not a controller. I'm using it as a controller, but it is a Game Boy Advance. But my guess is that you probably can't get them with turbo buttons, but maybe you can. You probably can. So that is the Earth element. That is element number 1. And we get a heart container, of course, as you would expect. My life energy has been replenished. But yeah, so we can attack like this. It's kind of ridiculous, but I don't think, while you can attack that fast, you can't actually hit things at that speed. I think there is actually a limit to how many times something can receive damage in a second. So, that's my understanding of it. And yes, I did basically roll through that attack, didn't I? Ah, we've got the Earth element. You must go tell the Elder at once. Will do. So there must be a place for us to... Oh, whoops. Yeah, we will be able to get that piece of heart at some point, but obviously not right now. We will, we'll work that out. You retrieved the earth element from that fiend-infested shrine? Incredible. Humans are amazing creatures. The Elder is sure to be amused too. Did he say amused or amazed? He might have said amazed. Maybe not amused. Wasn't reading it properly. Alright, let's make our way to the Elder and see what he has to say about our recent acquisition. Or our new acquisition. So, you have found the earth element. You are blessed with much courage and strength for one so young. If your conviction holds strong, head to Mount Cranel. There you will find a man named Malari. Among all the Minish, there is no one more able to repair your sword. If you ask him, I'm sure, or rather I'm certain, he will reforge your broken Picori blade. I shall send word to him in advance. Travel safely. You are brave, but there are many evils now in the world. Well, you're right about that. He's gonna open the curtain and give us access to that. Leave through this door here. It will take you out of the forest quickly. Great Elder, we are in your debt. We shall head for Mount Cranel at once. Yes, indeed we shall. Although I'm a little bit curious as to how to get that piece of heart that we walked past before, but maybe by going this way we can get there. I don't think so, though. Pretty sure that that's not how that works, but whatever. Let's go inside here just while we're at Minish size. Hello. You gonna give me kinstones? Please give me a kinstone. Green clothes and a mystical hat. Sir, would you by chance be Link, the one who found the earth element? Now, how could you possibly know that already? You've been sitting here in this house. Do you Minish have telepathy or what? Surely you are. I've heard so many tales about you. So many tales? If you were told about it like 5 minutes ago, could you possibly say that you've heard so many tales about it? Come on. I am Balari, researcher of antiquities. I am also, well, a bit of an inventor. You know, you won't be able to get back to town due to all the debris. Here, I have something that might come in handy. You got a bomb bag, well thank you. And it has 10 bombs in it. It's very important that you speak to him, as you can tell. They do certainly reward, I guess, careful adventuring. Not that you have to be super careful to think to come here before turning human-sized. Now you can blow up lots of stuff. Yeah, indeed. I mean, that's a great description, isn't it? Now you can blow up lots of stuff. Certainly accurate. Whoops. You see, I always do this in this screen. You're going to see this a lot during this Let's Play. Me equipping something to A, and then swapping it to B. Because what I'm actually doing is trying to press B to exit the item screen. It's very annoying. But, yeah, that's how they've done it in this game. It's understandable. I mean, how else would you be able to equip something to B if B is actually to leave the item screen? We're going to save the game. That would be the smart thing to do. And I'm a little surprised by how long it takes to save in this cartridge-based game, but there you go. Now that we are back at this tree stump, we are able to return to our regular size, as you can tell. This is very important what we have here, but we cannot interact with it yet because we require the ocarina or the flute. I don't know if they call it the ocarina or the flute. Back in A Link to the Past it was called the flute, and then for all games after Ocarina of Time it was called the ocarina. But when we get the ocarina, we'll be able to go to this, I guess, musical note statue here, or whatever you would want to call it. Stone, I guess, musical note stone. You will be able to turn this square into a warp point. So, it's very useful. The ocarina is what you use to get around the Hyrule area faster by way of warping. It's pretty good. I'm going to get the map out here. So Mount Cranel is over here. It is this element. I don't know who we were told to speak with in order to ascertain where Mount Cranel is. I don't believe we were told to speak to anyone that would tell us how to get to Mount Cranel, but of course, it's an adventure. You work out how to do that on your own, don't you? And I've kind of ruined it, haven't I? I've ruined the adventure, but you can see that the bombs have the same design as Wind Waker there, which is rather delightful. I do love that everything looks like Wind Waker in one way or another. Alright, so here we are in the Eastern Hills. We haven't been here before. You can fuck off, sir. But now what I would like to do is try to actually go to the, whatever it's called, the sword trainer in Hyrule Town, because I'm getting really annoyed by the fact that I can't do a spin attack. It's really starting to bother me. Anyway, let's use this mushroom to get across if we can. There we go. We can actually turn into a Minish here. Oh, whoops, I didn't really intend to do that, but sure, let's do it. I was going to do it at some point, just not right then and there, but whatever. Hello. Hey, look at this kinstone piece. Have you ever seen one like this? What? You don't know what a kinstone piece is? Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you come back and see me when you get one, okay? Okay. Sure. That was really productive. Okay. Let's go and cut this grass, because I'm hungry for things like mystery shells and rupees and whatnot. So now that we're on this side, we can go and blow you up. Of course, when you have bombs set to A like this, it's very easy to accidentally just drop a bomb somewhere, because you've accidentally touched A. But the solution there is to just be more careful. Wouldn't you say? Well, actually, let's go through the cave while I'm thinking of it. You never know, I might get sidetracked. What's going on in here? 20 mystery shells, and we've got some very classic-looking keys in this room. It's like NES graphics keys. I wonder why they chose not to give the keys a proper body design. Maybe it was just too much. Too much work. We are at 99 rupees actually, and we are now at our max, and I will certainly check to see where to get the wallet upgrades, because I've already forgotten where they are. That will be probably my first port of call. I will probably do that in the next video. But in the meantime, I guess I'll just... Alright, we can deal with these things. What are they called again? P-hats, that's what they're called. Get the fuck over here. Oh, goodness me. I like how I was saying get over here and they were chasing me. So it's not a matter of get over here, it's a matter of die. Get over here and die. I'm keeping my sword equipped here for fairly obvious reasons. So with that taken into consideration, I kind of only have one equipment slot, don't I? Or item slot, whatever you want to call that. Item button? Anyway. So that serves as a bit of a shortcut, I guess. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. What does it say? That probably says, yes. All the different directions we can go in. It's over here. Right, South Hyrule Field. Have we been here before? Yes, this is where we live, actually. We don't have to worry about missing out on bombs. Or rather, running out of bombs is what I meant to say. So we haven't yet been in this direction over here. But I'd like to first properly explore this place, because I haven't fully explored South Hyrule Field either. My concern is that, because I'm at max rupees, maybe I need to be careful with my... Well, when I'm at max rupees, it makes me wonder if it's worth just putting a hold on the adventure and going to see if I can get an upgrade to my my wallet size. I don't know. I suppose I could see where the wallet can be upgraded. So where should I go? We'll go to Zelda Dungeon. I've already got a tab open on my laptop for Skyward Sword, actually, because that's no doubt what I was last playing when I was checking Zelda Dungeon. So the Minish cap, I would like to check. Maybe items? Could check bottles as well. Let's go to items. I'd like to see where my wallet upgrades are. Wallet, here we go. So, oh, that's so helpful. That is so helpful. Fucking Zelda Dungeon. Seriously, you go to items, and it just shows the different wallets that you get. It doesn't tell you how to get them. This gives you... There are apparently 3 upgrades from this point. So 4 wallets in total if you include our current one. And they don't even tell you how to fucking upgrade them. Zelda Dungeon, you are a fucking joke, is what you are. The Minish Cap wallet upgrades. The Minish Cap tips and tricks. No. I guess Zelda fandom? No, that's just... No. That's a general... That is, I swear to God, just one page called Wallet that refers to all Zelda games. Now, why the fuck would I want to look at that? I want specifically the Minish Cap, and I want to specifically know. Zelda Central? What the fuck? Zelda Central is basically Zelda Dungeon, but... What the hell? Guys, if you ever go to Zelda Central, you'll have a laugh, because it looks exactly the same as Zelda Dungeon. They don't even try to make something of their own. They're just like, well, Zelda Dungeon sucks, so let's just make a better Zelda Dungeon. There you go. Okay, so... Light arrow... Oh. Right, you get the 4 sword in this game, sorry, not the Picori blade. Oh. Oh, it becomes the 4 sword when you get all 4 elements, excuse me. That's something of a spoiler, isn't it? Wallet upgrade, so... Our first wallet upgrade can be purchased for 80 rupees at Stockwell's. And then the second wallet upgrade requires us to fuse kinstones with the mare, and then we can open the chest that appears, and then the third wallet is acquired at fairy fountains. It just says see fairy fountains, which is not very specific at all, but I'm sure I can work that out. Damn it, Vernon, I'm doing this research on my own. I'm sick of having you help me. You're just like, what's his name again? You know his name, you probably remember his name. I'm trying to forget it, I guess. Come one, come all, see how many kinstone pieces you can collect. You never know what fusing kinstones will do, but it's sure to be good. You gonna give me one? Come on up and get your free kinstone bag for holding your kinstone pieces. Right, we need a bag to actually hold them. Don't miss out on this incredible once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Evil Daily, there you go. You're just like Evil Daily. Don't miss out on this incredible once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Yes, you're here for your free kinstone bag, aren't you? Well, yeah, you've just been talking about it. I mean, I wasn't here for it. I'm still standing here now because you were talking about it. So yeah, just give me the fucking bag if you're gonna give me the bag. That's right, maybe you didn't hear me, but they're free for all kids right now. I was standing right here. Free for all kids. You got a kinstone bag. You can now carry kinstone pieces with you. What if I'd like to put something else in the bag? What if I've got a leftover lasagna and I want to put it in the bag? Or I've got maybe a... Oh, you really want to fuse kinstones with me, do you? Now, this is not him having some sort of attraction towards me, like he's thinking, oh, I love this kid. Rather... Sorry. Dark humor, I guess, but in actual fact, that's his way of saying, I'd like to fuse kinstones. Now, it's not always a heart. It depends on the character as far as what appears in the thought bubble, but if a thought bubble appears on a character, it means they want to fuse kinstones. Now, there's no guarantee that you're going to actually have a kinstone that fits theirs, but, and he is a bit creepy, I do have to say. Free for all kids? Why kids? Anyway, what's especially creepy is that I'm basically boxed in by these kids. Because I did try to leave. It was actually, yeah, that's a creepy moment. I was trying to leave because I didn't realize that he wanted to fuse kinstones. But these kids are like preventing my escape, and I'm standing right in front of this guy, and then this heart thought bubble appears. It's like, okay, I think I see where this is going, and I don't think I like it. Good thing I have a sword. Fitting 2 kinstone pieces together is called kinstone fusion. If you get 2 pieces to fit perfectly, great happiness will come your way. I'll put a kinstone piece in your kinstone bag so you can give it a try. Anyone who's ready and willing to fuse kinstones will look like I do right now. Well, not exactly like you, as I said, it's not always a heart. They want you to suffer as they have suffered, yes indeed. When you see that look in their eyes, that's when you press L. Yeah. I did catch all of that. Then stand in front of me and press L so we can fuse kinstones. I'm already standing in front of you, and not by choice. This is being done under duress, I would like you to know. Because I did actually try to... Yes, that's it. Press L, okay. Again, I've been forced into this. Yes. Just as I taught you. The 2 kinstone pieces fit perfectly. Maybe something good will happen. Hurdy-gurdy man, yeah indeed. Alright, so... See how this creates an event in the world? There will be a marker that appears on the map. Now, what I was explaining before was that in the old build of the game, the 2004 version, in other words, the original Japanese version and the European version, there was no second version for the European region, these markers do not disappear when you interact with whatever is there. So it gets really confusing when you're getting into the late game and your map is just covered in these fucking icons and you don't know where you've been or where you haven't been. So yeah, the European version is almost unplayable for that reason. A perfect fit. That means we're both due for a little happiness. See ya. Well, he's got his posse with him. Anyway, oh, what happened here? Something seemed to happen. Maybe someone got assaulted. Looks like they got stoned, really. And I don't mean like the good kind of stoning, I mean the angry villager kind of stoning. Anyway, we want to go to the guy who sells the wallet. I believe we find the shop with the rupee on top of it. I think it's this one here. The rupee should indicate that it's the general store. We're going to lift up the wallet. Now you can actually steal things from this guy, I think. Or at least you can try. It's kind of funny, you can just try to walk out with it. You might be able to successfully do that. Only 80 rupees for a wallet. It can hold a king's ransom in rupees. Well, that's not true. Will you buy it? I think it's 500. It's probably not even, it's probably like 200. What pisses me off is that they don't tell you how many rupees you can hold. And incidentally, Zelda Central doesn't tell me either. Hello, Ron. Okay, so maybe it does tell me. Maybe I'm complaining about nothing. Okay, that's very strange how on the status screen they don't tell us what level of wallet we have. I mean, how hard is it to include that information? Come on. No, 300... No, that's actually useful to know. That's actually something that I wanted to know that I wasn't willing to check. In the case of where to get the wallet, though, that was a little different, because I was actually already searching for it, you see. I've got some tables here and log chairs. Interesting. Now that chick is actually part of a side quest, I believe. There are a lot of side quests in this game. Hello. Now that was a real centennial celebration. That festival was the best ever. We watched these guards get fucking decimated, and I want to see it again. There's a cat up there. By the way, when you are Minish, you can speak to animals, I believe. I am the postman, crossing town at incredible speed to bring you your mail. As you can see, he's based on the Majora's Mask postman. Hello, Tardle. Oh, that seems about right. Yeah, people getting the notification for the live stream 1 hour in. It usually works that way. You've got the people who get the notification at the beginning, and then you get the people who receive the notification 1 hour in, thank you YouTube, when I'm about ready to end the video. And these recordings are going to mostly be about an hour long if I'm doing a live Let's Play, so there you go. I don't know if I'll do another recording later, but it won't be immediately after. Anyway, I think that's about all we want to do now. In the next video, we will probably snoop around here a little bit just to see if there is some stuff that we haven't yet taken care of. There are a lot of things that you can do, even in the early game, that you really have to go out of your way to do, but it's quite useful for your character to do those things. So I might actually do a bit of research and see what I can do. But if there isn't too much for us to do, or if we finish what we can do in this place for now, in the next video, we will make our way over here and ultimately up to Mount Crenel, which is over there. That is where dungeon number 2 is situated. but I don't really expect to be taking on the dungeon in that video. I would say that Mount Crenel will be taken on as a dungeon in part 4. That would be my guess. Yeah, sure, Vernon, what are the other wallet upgrades going to give me? So we've got, I'm guessing it goes 100, 300, 500, 1000. That would be my guess. I'll tune in for this series. Need a break from Monster Hunter. Well, that's good. I do plan to play 500, then 999. They don't allow you to go to 1000. How dare they? One digit off. One number off. Anyway, I was planning on playing some 3 Ultimates soon. Not today, maybe not even tomorrow, but I was planning on doing that. But anyway, I do thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next part. I apologise for those who literally only just tuned in. Blame YouTube. Or, if you got the notification and only came now, then blame yourself. But yes, I'll see you all next time, and thank you for watching the second part. Part 3 will come maybe later this week, or maybe later still. Either way, I'll bid you all farewell. Bye bye.